Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Covered from coast to coast, including right here in the Buffalo metro area where a lake effect snow warning is in effect and it is shut down. I-90. When will the weather relent and open the highway back up? A live report straight ahead.
It's unbearable. It's crazy. I actually work outside the city. I'm a courier, so it's freezing out here.
Layers. It's all about the layers.
Chill warmers, hand warmers. You can only wear so many clothes when your uniform is red tights, so you just gotta think warm thoughts.
And these Broadway sidewalk performers definitely thinking warm thoughts. Out in the cold, just in tights, and other people more appropriately dressed for, bundled up. It is cold right now in so many spots. The Big Apple. Let's go ahead right now and take a live look here, and it does look cold. All the flags around Rockefeller Center here, you're really popping. That color pops with so much snow on the ground here. It is cold, looking cold right now here in New York City.
It is cold. In fact, much of the country below average again today, 15 to 25 degrees below average in the eastern two-thirds of the nation, with another shot of cold air rolling from the Midwest into the Northeast, and it's still cold in the Deep South.
And we want to welcome you right now to the 10 a.m. Eastern edition of Weather Center Live. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Jen Carfagno, and we are tracking another cold, maybe not as cold as yesterday, but cold enough out there for a lot of folks. Plus, we've got snow, Chris. Clipper snow, lake effect snow, we got it all.
And snow in the south, Jen. So with that, we want to get right to it. A look at where there is some wintry weather right now. We're in the lab. Dr. Greg Postel is here. And Dr. Postel, right now, the spot getting hit, really Boston right now in a pretty big way.
Yeah, a band of snow, not more than, say, about 75 miles wide. It's producing some heavy snow. Worcester reported heavy snow. That means visibility is coming down below a quarter of a mile. It's the fluffy stuff with a lot of wind, so it's blowing around, making it feel very wintry. And travel right now is difficult all across the I-95 corridor, including some of the other locations, Woonsocket, Brockton, Worcester. Plymouth, you're about ready to get hit. I imagine Scituate, Duxbury, Massachusetts, snow is on your way. It's going to come down pretty hard initially, a burst of snow with a lot of wind. So
are you thinking that visibilities will be the big issue? Because when it's dry and the wind's blowing, you're not going to get a ton of accumulation necessarily, will you, on the streets, especially with the cars going over?
Not necessarily. I think you'll get it piled up in places. It'll sort of drift a little bit, however much an inch can drift. But yeah, visibility is going to be a big deal. That's going to be a big time reduction across the region. And so what we can do is sort of look at the satellite picture to show the system that is really associated with that right here. That's our Clipper system. Look at how fast that guy is moving from southwest to northeast. Those high clouds are moving away, which means the bad weather is quickly exiting the region, which is why we don't think it's going to last very long.
In fact, even a little bit of sunshine. Things are going to dry out. The snow comes to an end, and we're going to have cold air, though, but drier.
Yeah, conditions get much better, not just in Boston, but a lot of locations across the Northeast, because much drier air is circulating in around the backside of that Clipper. Look at this during the afternoon today. That's going to dry things out considerably. So the snow will shut down. Skies will clear somewhat, as you mentioned, Chris. Sun will come out a little bit. So maybe even though it's below freezing, you'll still get a little bit of melting.
So a short hit of snow. Just have to wait it out.
A quick hitter.
All right.
Yes. But still pretty nasty, too. This can come down really fast, those snow rates. So then we have to talk about what's coming, because we're starting to see evidence of that actually happening now, not just over the weekend.
And oftentimes when you're in a dramatic weather pattern, in this case extreme cold, transitioning out of that can be messy.
That is a trick. You're exactly right, because cold air, like sludge, like a pain in the neck relative that doesn't want to leave, hangs around much longer often than many people want. And when you get the battle between warmer or at least mild and moist air coming in from the Pacific and that cold, dry air, you get this sort of interplay between the two, with the cold air hanging around near the ground and the warm air trying to push it out of the way, and does it only very slowly.
And a little bit later, Dr. Postel's can get his hands on a bottle of syrup.
Yes.
And explain exactly what he's talking about.
And it ain't for waffles.
It's not.
It's a weather explainer. Stay tuned for that. This is right now evidence of this battle between the cold air near the ground and warm air coming in aloft, which is what we're going to see on Sunday as well, sort of extend northeastward from the Gulf Coast states.
So this is where there's going to be that icy threat, that battle of the cold air at the surface and the warmer, moisture air coming in.
That is freezing rain, that area in purple, which is rain falling from the sky and freezing on contact, which makes the roads like a skating rink. And we're going to see that Sunday night and get even into Monday in the Northeast. Watch out, D.C., Philly, maybe even Richmond, Virginia, for freezing rain on Monday morning.
All right, Dr. Postel, let's go back to Jen in the studio.
Guys, you know what we say, it's amazing out there, and it has been this morning in upstate New York. And this is where we've been dealing with lake effect snow. It came down 3 inches per hour. It's closed a stretch of the New York State Thruway here, a pretty large stretch actually. And this is where we find our Mike Bettis, who's been live in Blasdell, near Buffalo, south of Buffalo. All right, Mike, some of your pictures from earlier were just amazing and awesome in a really snowy way.
Oh, it's truly crazy when you see some of these lake effect snow events, Jen, because these snow bands can be very, very narrow, 8, 9, 10 miles wide, and that's what we had this morning. You can get 2-3 inches an hour, then all of a sudden you got blue skies overhead and you've got nothing. But we've got a pretty good wind this morning. I'm going to show you that you throw some of the snow up in the air and it's just going to go blowing right over the highway. I mean, it's just gusting today, probably about 30-35 miles an hour, wind chills well below zero. But the snow bands themselves have tapered off here where we are in Blaisdell, which is just south of Buffalo, and the bands themselves will waver back and forth through the next 24 hours. They'll go south, then they're going to come back north, and once you get that longer fetch off of Lake Erie, then you really get just a fire hose of snow where you get those incredible snowfall rates. As far as our forecast today, staying very chilly. We're going to see temperatures that will not get above freezing by any means today, likely have wind chills well below zero, and then periods of heavy snow all the way through tomorrow afternoon, where we have our wind, where we have a lake effect snow warning, by the way. And then, Jen, the Thruway looks pretty good right now. They've been plowing it the whole time, Jen, but no traffic allowed on it right now.
All right, Mike Bettis, thank you for that. Actually, I think it was a smart move to close that Thruway. We'll have more on the snow here and elsewhere coming up.
This program brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state.
I am never getting married.
Never.
Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
A little bit here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram.
The adventures you've been imagining. The heroes you've been admiring. The worlds you've been dreaming of. The thrills you've been craving. The moments you've been missing. The vacation you've been looking for is here. Come and take it. Universal Orlando Resort. Experience it all with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Vacation Package. Visit universalorlando.com.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday, the Titans of weather bring the rain. Geek Out, Sundays at noon on the Weather Channel.
If a denture were to be put under a microscope, we can see all the bacteria that still exists. Polident's unique MicroClean formula works in just 3 minutes, killing 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria for a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
Your mom's got your back. Your friends have your back. Your dog's definitely got your back. But who's got your back when you need legal help? We do. We're LegalZoom. And over the last 10 years, we've helped millions of people protect their families and run their businesses. We have the right people on hand to answer your questions, backed by a trusted network of attorneys. So visit us today for legal help you can count on. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
Happy birthday! Make a wish, buddy. Okay, now Mom's gonna cut the cake.
We all have a Disney side.
Who wants ice cream?
And the best place to show it is Disney Parks. So come to the place where the entire family can laugh, let loose, and play together. Disney Parks. Come on, it's time to show your Disney side.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new Quick Steel Cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
These blanket scarves. Very big and warm.
Well, the gloves, the hat, and the scarf. My mom said bring 2 scarves, so I was like, all right, I'll do it. I probably look like an idiot, but whatever.
Hot chocolate helps you stay warm.
Yeah, any excuse.
Yeah, hot chocolate helps.
It definitely helps. But you might need more. I think 2 hats, 2 scarves, 2 pairs of gloves. It is cold out there. Tell you what, though, the hot chocolate sounds about right.
And this is definitely a time for function, not fashion.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Stay warm.
We've got a lot of Arctic air still out there again today, and it stretches from the Midwest to the Northeast, even again in the Deep South.
Let's take a look at that right now. We're going to show you kind of the pattern, how things are setting up right now. This is a look at where the clouds are, and what's important is you see the motion of the clouds, and once again, you're seeing that cold air coming down all the way down from Canada into the Northeast. So with that, cooler air on the way.
So cool? This is cold. This is colder air.
Colder air.
The funny thing is it's a lot warmer right now in places like Boston and New York City than you were yesterday at this time. But with the wind, it is brutal, and it's going to get colder again.
We're going to watch temperatures from right now. Pick your city and watch the numbers, and the time is going to be right there, dropping. Goes up a couple degrees, and then here we go. Down, down. This is tonight. Overnight now into the morning hours. See the single digits on here, and in some cases below 0 in Pittsburgh. It is going to be cold.
People want to lose weight. They don't want to lose degrees, and this is what we're losing here is degrees. Today, tonight, it's going to be cold.
By Sunday, closer to the freezing mark. So a little bit warmer.
That looks a little bit better.
A little bit.
For now, though, we've got cold and we've got snow.
That's right, and it's happening in the Northeast. That's also where we find Ana Ritis Rodriguez live in Boston. More snow now, Ana Ritis.
Hey there, good morning, guys. That's right, a lot of weather happening in the last 24 hours here in Massachusetts. As you mentioned, we went from really, really frigid, bitterly cold temperatures yesterday. We woke up in the single digits, but with the wind chill, it felt more like below 22, closing schools not only here in Boston, but also in Providence and in Worcester. And within 24 hours, a burst of snow moving through Massachusetts. This Clipper system has made its way into Boston at the moment, 27 degrees, but with the wind, it feels more like 14. We have winds coming in from the southwest at 19 miles an hour, and it's gonna be a windy day. We could see gusts up to 30 miles an hour here in the city of Boston, and we have a high wind warning out in the Cape and the islands. We do have some accumulations totals to tell you about, mainly happening out in western Massachusetts. They saw the brunt of this system earlier on in their morning commute, and if we could bring up a picture that was tweeted out by the Massachusetts State Police of a crash that happened out in Charlton, which is about 10 miles west of Worcester. This was a single car crash, thankfully minor injuries, but the Massachusetts State Police has been reporting spin-outs throughout the morning, and even though I've been mentioning this all morning, we're not seeing a lot of accumulation. If you can see behind me right now, it's only about a dusting of snow, but when you're underneath this heavy band, it comes down like detergent. It comes down fast. It brings down the visibility. Right now, visibility in Boston is down to about a mile, and the system is not going to move off until well after lunchtime, and then that cold air, as you mentioned, is going to settle in. We're not going to see temperatures get above freezing until possibly next week. Back to you guys.
All right, Anna Redis, thank you very much.
It is that low visibility which has been getting us lately on the roads. Coming up, we're going to talk football.
We are going to talk football. Huge weekend for football and outdoor games. The NFL. Here's a look at Green Bay, one of the spotlight games. Temperatures are going to be very cold. Talk about the factor coming up.
How can power consumption in China impact wool exports from New Zealand, textile production in Spain, and the use of medical technology in the U.S.? At T. Rowe Price, we understand the connections of a complex global economy. It's just one reason over 70% of our mutual funds beat their 10-year Lipper average. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing.
Seatbelts, headrests, and airbags help you survive a crash. But if you upgrade your headlights, you may even avoid one. See farther, wider, better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Here, kitty. Here, kitty. Oh, this comes snuggles with Mama.
Missing something? Like the BOGO event at Sears Optical. Right now, buy any pair of glasses and get a second pair free. Sears Optical. Don't miss a thing.
Can I have my squirrel?
I've seen hurricanes, floods. I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
What makes it an SUV is what you can get into it. What makes it an NX is what you can get out of it. Introducing the first ever Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. Once you go beyond utility, there's no going back.
When did I ever tell you I'm getting too over? Sunday. Frustrations mount as the prospectors come up empty.
The area we've been digging is not producing. I'm feeling the pressure.
And Craig gets a little too close for comfort.
You're here. I'm Robin. And I'm Chris. And according to Mama, we're brothers. Clearly. At a firehouse table just like this, we learned about the tradition of great food and lots of it. From the start, every firehouse sub has honored our firefighter roots. That's right. Take the hook and ladder sub, loaded with turkey, honey ham, Monterey Jack, steam heated. It's the sub that started the fire. And now, the light version. Only $5.49, just 450 calories. Perfect for you, Robin. Why are you looking at me?
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
Maxwell's is now open in the Driftwood Plaza of Jupiter. Gold, silver, coins, diamonds, jewelry, paintings, and objects of art. If you don't want it or wear it, sell it to Maxwell's. We buy and sell diamonds of all sizes, clarity, and condition up to 10 carats in size and above. We have decades of experience buying and selling gold, coins, diamonds, and objects of art. Maxwell's, located in the Driftwood Plaza on US 1 in Jupiter, Florida.
Take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters.
Get flood insurance.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And we've got more cold coming in behind this Clipper system that we've been tracking in the Northeast. Yesterday, wow, was that wind blowing around the snow you couldn't see. But you know what else it was doing? It was bringing in the cold air. So take a look at some of these readings. This is Indianapolis. By the way, our average high is 35 degrees. We have already hit our high temperature for the day, and we did it at midnight. And now temperatures keep dropping.
And they keep dropping.
Every single hour we lose, a portion of a degree. So by this evening, we are about 3 above as you go out for Friday night date night.
And here's the thing. It is going to be cold for your date night. You want to bundle up. This is when function over fashion is important.
Exactly.
Because all the areas in blue, 30 minutes. That's all it's going to take for your exposed skin to get frostbite.
It really is serious when you think about it that way. We're going to be looking at the wind still blowing. The temperatures are cold and getting colder. We look at the regions, the readings out here. Chicago at 3, Green Bay, we're at 1 below. And then, that's it for today. Really, temperatures are going to be about steady or dropping through the day.
And still colder than average. And when we talk about average, keep in mind this is the coldest time of the year. So it's cold however you want to slice it.
Average is cold.
Right. And tomorrow morning, temperatures will drop down well below freezing in Fargo and Minneapolis. And again, we know with the wind chill, going to feel even colder.
Exactly. So we've got these wind chill advisories still posted throughout this entire region. This cold is here because a Clipper came in and came through and let the cold come in.
And what we know about Clippers, they're cold. They're fast, they clip along, and they dump inches of snow in Clipper systems like the one we're tracking today. They can deliver a lot of winter weather to the U.S. from Canada.
Now, you may have heard of the Alberta Clipper, but it's two lesser-known cousins that are just as fierce. Mike Bettis shows us how these quick hitters form.
Brutal cold and snow, winter's calling card here in the northern states. This weather often comes courtesy of Canada and the cleverly named Alberta Clipper, Saskatchewan Screamer, and Manitoba Mauler. And with names like that, they aren't bringing any wimpy weather. So let's show you where these intimidating storms get their start. Over here in the Pacific Ocean, moist air drives inland and heads for the Canadian Rockies. Here, it collides with cold mountain air. That cold air then spills downslope into the plains and low pressure begins to form. And this is the part where people in the U.S. really need to start paying attention. The low catches a ride on the jet stream and shoots into the U.S. When a storm originates in Alberta, it's known as an Alberta Clipper, named after the fast sailing ships of the 19th century. When it forms in Saskatchewan, it's known as a Saskatchewan Screamer. But if it waits to get its act together until Manitoba, it's a Manitoba Mauler. Because these systems ride the jet stream, they're usually quick hitters, bringing frigid temperatures and howling winds, but often just 1 to 3 inches of snow for cities from Fargo, North Dakota to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, despite the lack of heavy snow, the wicked winds that accompany these Canadian-born storms can create dangerous ground blizzards, bringing everything to a halt. And these storms can often move farther east into the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic. So no matter which frightening name it gets, the Clipper, the Screamer, and the Mauler can bring some serious weather to the U.S.
That was beyond cool.
That's pretty good stuff.
So what's your favorite?
As far as what goes?
Well, the Alberta Clipper, the Saskatchewan Screamer, or the Manitoba Mauler.
They're all fun.
They're all fun.
Are you talking about the names themselves or what they do to you?
Yeah, no, the names.
The Screamer's kind of fun.
The Screamer's pretty fun.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You know who else is fun? Dr. Greg Postel. In fact, he's out of the lab. He's standing right over there. He is waiting because he wants to get his hands on what this is. We got some stuff going on here. In fact, we'll let you know what this is right here. Why it's in
this.
this.
Well, it looks like syrup that I should be putting on pancakes or waffles.
Or it looks like motor oil or something, but it is syrup. It is syrup. And we're going to explain what that has to do with the weather that we're going to expect this weekend.
We're going to use it to describe cold air and warm air and how it's going to interact to give us a little bit of icing. And that's going to be a real concern for folks over the weekend into even next week, too. So we'll have more on that.
And there is a lot of cold air. This is a live look right now. We're pretty close where Mike Bettis is standing right now. We're checking in with him a little bit later as well.
Thank you for being a sailor and my daddy. Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. Our world-class service earned USAA the top spot in a study of the most recommended large companies in America. If you're current or former military or their family, see if you're eligible to get an auto insurance quote.
Each year, 17 billion toilet paper tubes are thrown away in the U.S. alone. That's enough to fill the Empire State Building. Twice. Now there's Scott Naturals tube-free bath tissue. Get the premium softness you need without the wasteful tube. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals tube-free.
Why do you want to do your taxes now with Jackson Hewitt? Because you need a free $50 Walmart e-gift card so you can share the joy of getting your taxes done. Now get a free $50 Walmart e-gift card when you do your taxes with Jackson Hewitt at Walmart.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that playing cards with Kenny Rogers gets old pretty fast?
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. What? You get it?
I get the gist, yeah.
Okay.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Enjoy more enthusiasm at mealtime with more varieties of favorite food brands at PetSmart. Right now, save big on a wide selection of products from Pedigree, Iams, Caesar, Sheba, and Dentastix. PetSmart.
Nexium, the purple pill, is available without a prescription for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection, so no matter where you go or who you're with, nothing is holding you back. This is Nexium Level Protection, the #1 prescribed acid-blocking brand, available without a prescription for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection. Nexium Level Protection.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh.
Sit.
You train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Well, I wear 2 pairs of socks. I make sure I have long sleeves, have on like at least 2 hoodies, and then a long jacket to go over it with gloves and a hat.
I just put on everything I had in the closet.
Layers, lots and lots of layers. You just got to keep layering up as much as you can, even if you can't move. It'll work eventually.
Layer up. That's what you got to do. It's so cold out there. You got to cover every inch of your skin if you can, because it is dangerous. It is dangerous to be out and about when it is this cold and not be covered. Now, right here, we have some water and we have some syrup. We're going to explain what that is in a moment and why it's so important. Jen and Greg are here to talk about what goes along with this, the threat that the couple air masses can do.
Yeah, we're talking about ice. Freezing rain, sleet, and this is the Monday morning commute, Greg, and we're concerned about this over the weekend too, but using this to highlight why it's so difficult for warm air to make a comeback when we have all this cold air and the problems it causes.
Exactly, and over the next couple of days, the warm air and the cold air are going to be fighting it out. They're going to be duking it out, and the cold air is not going to want to lose its ground. The warm air is going to try to come in and overtake it, but it's going to take some time, and in that process, we end up with a wintry mix on Monday across parts of the Ohio Valley and Northeast. And some of this stuff, this area in purple, that's freezing rain. So that's going to coat everything and make roads like a skating rink potentially.
Exactly. And this could be Monday morning back to work after the weekend. So we want to give you an early heads up on this. And we also want to talk about what's happening in the atmosphere, because it really matters what's happening upstairs, thousands of feet above where we are on the ground.
So let's start then with the cold air in place everywhere throughout the depth of the atmosphere, right? So
like
the cold air,
today.
Yeah, the cold air has got it. He's like, I'm in charge and I'm the boss in town, right? So we have the temperature everywhere up through the clouds below 32. There's the 32-degree line. And the precipitation type you get when the cold air is boss is snow all the way from the clouds to the ground.
Exactly.
However,
let's bring in a little warm air.
Warm air wants to try to come in and say, give me some room, right? And so it does that, but it can only do that aloft first. So Jen,
can I do that?
Yes.
All right, let's bring in some warm air.
Bring in some warm air aloft like that. A little wedge where the temperatures say at about, I don't know, 8,000 feet above the ground is, say, 45 degrees. Look what happens to the snow when it comes down from the sky.
It's snowing at the top, but then it melts.
Melts right in here.
But you know what happens?
It kind of refreezes, right? Because the cold air is stuck right near the ground and doesn't want to leave. That's where it's going to be hardest to get the cold air out, is right near the ground. So this is a sleet sounding. We have those frozen raindrops coming down only because the snow partially melts.
Right, there's enough cold air that you get some refreezing. But what if a little more warm air works in?
Yep.
What happens next?
A little more warm air comes in, then the snow completely melts all the way to rain, but then right near the ground where the cold air is saying, I'm not leaving, I'm still here, that rain freezes on contact, and that is freezing rain.
This is freezing rain, and this is happening on this right here. You can see how it's snow way high up, but then it melts, and then it freezes on contact with the ground.
Yeah, we got a little graphical explainer here for you. Maybe we can run through that and show you, well, this is kind of what's going to happen over the next few days. And you can see that cold air in place there, and the warm air trying to ride up over that, right? And so what we get is the warm air over top of that cold air, and that is what leads to all of the icing problems across the region. Now, guys, we can use our simple, kitchen items, I guess, right, to sort of explain what is really going on with the cold air and the warm air, battling it out.
And you have syrup and water, both liquids, both fluids.
Yes.
Like the atmosphere is fluid of gas, right? Different gases. And so when these come together, they're going to interact differently because they have different densities.
That's exactly right. The cold air is more dense, like a syrup, and the warm air much less dense, like water. So the atmosphere, as you mentioned, is a fluid, and here we'll watch those two battle it out with imagine cold air in place right here. And either one of you guys, would you like to take the warm air aloft, surging in? Do it on the end, come in from the end, like over here where Chris is, and then pour that water that way. Now watch what happens. It goes right over top of that syrup. You can see it tries to get in there, but rides completely on top. So you have the separation of fluid. So you have the cold air. Try it again. Just do a little bit at a time. It's going to try to get in there. That warm air loft is trying, but it can't get rid. This is the leading edge of the cold air. It's still back here.
There's a little bit of mixing going on here.
A little bit.
But not all the way down. Not all the way down to the bottom of the pan or the surface.
This is a cross section of a warm front, guys. That's exactly what this is. So you're going to have this warm air trying to scour out the cold air, but it's still cold air hanging back in here, right near the ground. See that? That's syrup. The warm air did not scour away the syrup, and that's pretty darn good.
And get Dr. Postel talking about what you noticed yesterday when you pour the water in fast enough.
When I was pouring the water over the syrup, I could start to see a little ripples right at that interface between the water and the syrup. Those are gravity waves. Because what you have is a very stable layer with cold air near the ground and warm air aloft, and air kind of rippling its way through, kind of like the surface of the ocean. But that's exactly, you get a lot of gravity wave activity at that interface.
It doesn't play as well on camera, but this guy was really excited yesterday.
He took that from a Met 101 to like a Met 401. But yes, that is very, very cool.
Yeah, and then we had to bring our pancakes next time.
Yeah, very fascinating. Great, thank you.
Yeah.
And you know, we are seeing a lot of that cold air in place.
Yeah.
And some areas.
All cold air.
A lot of cold, all cold. All of syrup, the whole deal, including upstate New York. And you factor in a lot of snow as well, and it's pretty nasty with the lake effect.
All right, Mike Bettis is in Blaisdell near Buffalo. Mike, you in the mood for some waffles and pancakes now that you've heard this explainer?
Yeah, well, I want to know, are you guys cooking hot breakfast? Because I'm game. Like, I'd like to fill up this belly with some hot food. You need it here in Western New York because it has been cold all morning long. That wind's cutting through you. We've got about 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts today, blowing and drifting snow. Really one of the bigger reasons that they've shut down the New York Thruway. You know, look behind me here. It actually looks like it's not in that bad a shape. The plows have been along it, but if you're driving on this interstate, you're going to have some issues with the wind. You're going to have issues with visibility, even though up above we just have partly cloudy skies. But keep in mind that off and on through the day today, we'll go in and out of it, snow actually falling from the clouds. And so lake effect snow warnings still going here. They'll last through tomorrow afternoon, and some spots could get maybe as much as 3 feet of snow. So that's on top of what we have already. Now I showed this to you guys earlier. You know, if you look down here, you know, you can see a lot of grass still in this. You know, the thing is, we've got this strong wind that's been blowing in from our right side here. You know, you pick up some of this light fluffy snow, it just blows it. Where does it blow it? Right onto the thruway. And so that's why we've got some real issues, and they still have the interstate closed down. It's a big stretch of that interstate, by the way, as well. And it's not just the thruway. It's on multiple roads in and around Buffalo. The timing could not have been worse this morning for Buffalo. Heavy snow overnight, strong band set up right over Buffalo and caused a lot of problems on the highways there. Take a look at the forecast, though. It's in and out of the snow today. Temperatures will hover for a high maybe around 20 degrees, but it's going to feel a lot colder than that because of the wind. So if you're outside, you're trying to clear some snow, you're out there shoveling, take some frequent breaks, make sure that you're completely prepared for these elements. Guys, when I'm not talking to you, I've got my face mask up like this because it gets so cold, your nose gets so cold. So just protect yourself, do the smart thing out here, and before you know it, the snow will be out of here. We're hoping by tomorrow afternoon the snow itself will wrap up and we'll start to get a lot of this cleaned up and back to normal by the end of the weekend.
All right, Mike, thank you for that. We also are following the cold all the way into the south.
That's right. Reynolds Wolf yesterday told us that his grades weren't that good freshman year, so he's back at school in Athens, Georgia, University of Georgia. Reynolds.
That's right, guys. Trying to get a passing grade this time. We are coming to you from the University of Georgia, home of the Bulldogs. But let me tell you, guys, we are a long way from the dog days of summer. Full forecast coming up. Let you know how long the cold spell is going to last and what kind of weather we might be seeing right around the corner. All right, guys, you're watching Weather Center Live. Sit tight. Hey, bring an apple for the teacher.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I want to be the best in the world.
You have been living in your brother's shadow your entire life.
It's time for me to become my own person.
Good. You're going to do great things, Mark.
What's he get out of all this? Me winning, America, winning.
I want to win a gold medal, and we have someone who could do that.
Want to tell me what's going on? I'll give you everything I have.
Foxcatcher, rated R, now playing select cities. The best part about going to Walt Disney World just might be staying at a Walt Disney World Resort Hotel. From royal encounters to royal rooms. And pirates to paradise. The magic never has to stop. And now you can save up to 30% off a select Walt Disney World Resort Hotel room. Book your stay now and discover how close the magic can be.
Worry less. Trust more. Encourage positive chewing habits with Chew Toys at PetSmart. Buy one, save 50% on all new Nylabone Flavor Frenzy Dog Chew Toys. Only at PetSmart.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
Guess what goes really well with eggs? Pillsbury Grand's biscuits make breakfast even better. Grand's biscuits make breakfast pop.
You know, I tried one of those bargain paper towels, but the roll just disappeared. Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so one roll lasts longer. Bounty, the long-lasting picker-upper.
When it comes to good nutrition, I'm no expert. That would be my daughter.
Hi, Dad.
She's a dietitian. And back when I wasn't eating right, she got me drinking Boost. It's got a great taste, and it helps give me the nutrition I was missing, helping me stay more like me.
Boost Complete Nutritional Drink has 26 essential vitamins and minerals, including calcium and vitamin D to support strong bones, and 10 grams of protein to help maintain muscle, all with a delicious taste.
Grandpa!
Stay strong, stay active with Boost.
Toenail fungus? Don't hide it, fight it with new FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia, efinaconazole 10% topical solution, is a prescription medicine proven to treat fungal infections of the toenails. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Fight it! Ask your doctor now if new Jublia is right for you.
At last.
Sometimes at last doesn't happen at first.
My love has come along. My lonely days.
Your dad just kissed my mom.
Are over.
Turning 2 worlds into one takes love.
And life is like a song.
Helping protect that world takes State Farm.
There's a myth out there that you can't do it all. That you can't be everything to everyone. Well, consider that myth shattered. This is the full line of Ram ProMaster vans and the all-new Ram ProMaster City, built to help you run the town from every direction.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
A huge huge portion of the South and the deep South under some freezing conditions right now.
All right, we've got another brutal morning out there. Reynolds Wolf has gone back to school. He is at the University of Georgia in Athens. Reynolds, how cold is it?
Guys, Jiminy Tap Dancing Christmas. You know, you don't think that in the Deep South you're going to have this kind of cold air, but we have had it, and that's certainly the case here at University of Georgia, a school that was founded back in 1785. You know, they've had thousands of students that have come through here. 35,000 is what we have on campus at this point. We met a couple of these knuckleheads. Come on over here for a second. What's your name, Chief?
Kevin Britter.
And let's see, Kevin, you are from Hilton Head, South Carolina.
I am.
Was this, as a senior, was this kind of a shock to you?
It really was. I haven't been used to this type of cold weather. I'm used to a little ocean breeze, but nothing quite like this.
What's your GPA?
I'm trying to keep it around a 3.5.
I hated guys like this. I'm serious. You're a great student, and this is your senior year, you said?
It is. Unfortunately, I'll be leaving Athens after May.
Well, you know what? Athens never leaves you. It's always going to be in the heart. Hey, you know, you're kind of prepared for the cold. I am too. Get over here. Come on. Guys, America, take a look at this. Heaven's sakes almighty. Look at this. Can you know, a part of school they say is effort. Couldn't you put in just a little bit more effort in getting ready for school?
Well, today we didn't have class, so first Friday of class, and we just decided to come downtown and get a bagel. And then I got caught on national TV.
Got caught on national TV wearing your jammies.
Yep.
You know, it's one
no
of those
regrets, though.
No regrets whatsoever. So you can just basically go get something to eat, hop right back into bed, and stay warm, right?
That was the intention, yes.
You know, intentions are always good. And what's your major?
I'm a real estate major.
And when do you graduate?
May.
You have any more thesis papers, any term papers, and things you had to write for the year's out?
I think so, yeah.
I can write some for you.
Okay.
But no guarantee on what the grade's going to be. Hey, take a look at this hourly forecast. We're going to tap dance through this thing and show you what you can expect in terms of the temperatures. You know what? It's not going to be necessarily jammy weather because we're going back up into the 30s and 40s. Better times, plenty of sunshine. However, next week, it gets kind of interesting in the forecast.
All right.
Jammies may be suitable. Hey, guys, thanks so much for your time. Jen, let's send it back to you.
Oh, man, I miss college, right? You get up on a Friday morning, 8, 9 o'clock. You go in your pajamas, get your coffee, back home. Oh, it's great. Reynolds, you need
Special
to change.
Moments. Yeah.
You're not
Good
dressed
times.
for the occasion.
Yeah.
Yes, he's shedding a tear.
Clearly, I'm not down for the straw. Seriously.
All
Not
right.
down for the spirit, that's for sure.
So,
all right, guys.
We do have cold.
Love to all.
We do have cold out there today, and you can see some folks with hats behind him there. But we're going to moderate a little bit. It's not going to warm up, but it's not going to be as cold as we get over the weekend. So already it is warmer right now than we were yesterday at this time. In fact, in Nashville, Tennessee, it is 20 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time. However, it's still 28 degrees, so not warm by any stretch. That's how cold it was yesterday, by the way. So we look at temperatures today going up to about 40 in Atlanta, 51 in Charleston, still below average readings. As we get through the weekend, temperatures are going to start off on a cool note in the morning, yes, but you'll see more moderation through the day, especially on Saturday. Sunday morning, we see temperatures start just a little better than they have been the past couple of days. So that's the trend, right? It gets better. It doesn't warm up, but it gets better. So we look at these readings like in Raleigh, North Carolina. So today we're heading to the 40s, back to the 30s for Saturday, back to the 40s for Sunday. And then temperatures on Monday are back in the 40s as well. However, we've got rain coming back in, so it's not a comfortable 45 degrees. So what we have going on in the south is that, yeah, we're going to have these cold starts to the day, but you'll get some moderation to the temperatures during the afternoon. Even in New Orleans, where temperatures by the weekend will get back to 60, even 69 by the time we get to Monday. So moderation is coming. Chris.
Jen, by the time we get to Monday, it will be down to 4 teams. NFL playoff weekend this weekend. It will take you here. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Cowboys coming to town. It is 0 right now. All outdoor games this weekend, and we have the forecast for you coming up next.
Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
Here's our new trainer, Ensure Active Heart Health.
I maximize good stuff, like my potassium, and phytosterols, which may help lower cholesterol.
New Ensure Active Heart Health supports your heart and body so you stay active and strong. Ensure. Take life in.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Golf's past 2 decades have been the most unique in the history of the game. Now, in a commemorative edition, Golf Channel chronicles the icons, the moments, and the trends that will influence the game for decades to come. Just in time for the holiday season, the Golf Book is the perfect gift for every golfer on your list. Order yours today at golfchannel.com/thegolfbook.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds. Low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 74. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Prilosec OTC, the #1 doctor-recommended frequent heartburn medicine for 9 straight years. 1 pill each morning, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
Who's that?
So weird, right? My agent Tom said...
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try.
Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
The adventures you've been imagining. The heroes you've been admiring. The worlds you've been dreaming of. The thrills you've been craving. The moments you've been missing. The vacation you've...
Want to stay connected at your favorite places around town? With Xfinity Internet, you have free access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots.
You type in where you are, and these are all the hotspots.
Wow, that's a lot.
And that way, you're not burning through your data plan.
That's amazing.
You can share photos, video chat, watch content on the go.
Download and access your apps from anywhere.
That's pretty impressive. That's awesome.
Enjoy the fastest Wi-Fi hotspots included at no additional cost. And now Xfinity Wi-Fi has arrived at Universal Orlando Resort. Enjoy fast rides and even faster devices. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
What is a vacation? A slice of time, a peace of mind, a break, an escape, that need you want. It's the place you dream of. It's paradise. It's romance. It's choices. All included, all unlimited. Forget what you left behind. Live the now. No schedules, all desires. Night falls, day breaks, you wake up beautiful. Different, connected. 2 hearts, 1 soul. This is the time of your life. This is Sandals. Save up to 65%. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sunday
Weekdays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
There are two things people talk about in January: winter weather and football. And we've got them both here right now. We're going to talk about the winter weather, and Chris is standing by with the football.
Jen, you know, we're talking about winter weather, but also maybe a significant warm-up coming our way. Believe it or not, how about that, a warm-up?
That'll get people talking.
Oh,
Let's go.
I know it. Let's look at Chicago, representative of many locations in the middle third of the country. Could be Indianapolis, could be Kansas City, Minneapolis even. Look at some of these numbers day by day. Obviously, we're below average, which is right here. There's the average line at 31. But going out towards next week and even maybe next weekend, look at this. We're back up at or above average.
Back to average.
I know it.
January average never felt so good.
This may not be enough. We'll have to see. There's some guidance out there that's a lot warmer than that. This is kind of taken into a whole bunch of things into account, which, you know, could have things turn out slightly differently. But the idea is the trend is our friend if you like it warmer.
So, yeah, let's talk about what's going to be changing in the atmosphere.
Well, right now, locked in place as we have this cold air mass. We were showing it in the jet stream level. You can see the jet stream winds kind of flying out of Canada like that. I mean, uniformly so. There's no competing jet stream right over the lower 48 right now. We're not getting the battle between really the warm and the cold yet. A little bit, but not a lot.
Right, not yet. But that is going to change over the weekend.
It is going to change. And right now in the satellite pictures, guys, there's a lot of westerly wind aloft out here that is much milder. And that's going to do its best to push that cold air out of the way. But as we mentioned, both at the top and the bottom of the hours, that can sometimes lead to some wintry mix and icing problems.
Exactly. And, you know, we will talk about that again in about 10 minutes. But when we look at the temperature angle of all of this, that means that the coldest of the cold is going away for a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of is. Now, look, we've got a split flow in the jet stream, say, by next weekend, which means the cold air, really, the jet stream that kind of sort of outlines the cold air is up there. But there's been enough Pacific, relatively mild air that's also coming in to bring much warmer times, at least to the middle of the country, perhaps even the East Coast, we think, eventually. So it's going to take time, and we're going to end up stair-stepping our way out of it because the cold air doesn't want to leave.
I like the way you say that, stair-stepping, because it's not warm all at once. You go up, you go down a little bit, and we look at this trend in the forecast for Chicago. Getting through the next, say, 5 days, you're still going to have a lot of cold burst of air until we get back to that more average.
Right. This is going out actually beyond even 10 days. This is going toward the end of January, and this is a temperature forecast for Chicago, where in the next few days, obviously, we're bouncing around here below average temperatures, and then maybe we get a sniff here in about 5 days above average, then kind of back below a little bit. But then if you look sort of at about, say week 2, 7 to 14 days out, even a little bit beyond, there is a substantial, I would say, consensus in the forecast.
So how confident are you, Greg?
I'm pretty confident. How'd you know to ask that? So what we did was we put confidence bars on this, and that darkest shading of bronze, it means we're, there's a clustering. We're pretty confident in here that it's going to end up above average in Chicago. It's just one of many cities that probably will. There is some weighting, surrounding that. Maybe there's a chance it goes a little below, but there's more models saying warmer than colder.
I'm on their team.
Me too.
Would you bet on it?
I would.
All right. Well, speaking of betting, some folks are going to bet on some football games.
Real quick, Greg, did you say sniff?
I say it now and then, and I do it too.
What is that, a little sniff above? Is that, what you're saying?
Right. All right. Poking its head above the freezing line
Just sniffing above.
Right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yeah, NFL weekend. Playoffs, big weekend. Baltimore, the Ravens traveling to town. Patriots there in Foxborough, Massachusetts. This is the early game tomorrow. Early being 4:35 Eastern time. It's going to be clear, mostly clear, and it is going to be cold. Then we take you to the Pacific Northwest. Seattle, Carolina Panthers in town. Local time kickoff 5:15. We're going to see temperature readings into the mid-40s, mostly cloudy, maybe a shower late in the day. This is the late game tomorrow. Now to Sunday. And Green Bay, we're looking at cold conditions. Now, it's going to be above 0, and that's relatively significant when we talk about Green Bay. Temperatures will be in the teens and lower 20s throughout the game. This is the early game on Sunday. Winds shouldn't be much of a factor, but it's going to be the cold. And remember, both teams are playing in the cold. So we're looking at some cold temperatures in Lambeau. Meanwhile, in Denver, we're going to be dealing with cooling conditions. It's going to get colder as the game goes on, starting off at 40 degrees, getting closer to freezing by the end of the game. Jen?
Oh, the cold air is everywhere, even in the south, and it's causing problems on the interstates in Mississippi and Louisiana this morning. Reports now of an overturned tractor trailer on one of the interstates in Mississippi. We'll have a look at where the ice and snow is falling all the way into the deep south.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds, low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunshine and clouds mixed, high 74. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Watching Weather Center Live, and we are watching lake effect snow. It'll come down in feet off of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. I'm meteorologist Mike Bettis, live south of Buffalo in Blaisdell, where the I-90 corridor is shut down. Will the weather allow it to reopen? We'll discuss that forecast straight ahead.
It's unbearable. It's crazy. I actually work outside the city. I'm a courier, so it's freezing out here.
Layers. It's all about the layers.
Chill warmers, hand warmers. You can only wear so many clothes when your uniform is red tights. So you just gotta think warm thoughts.
You need some fleece line tights. These Broadway sidewalk performers may be braving the cold in tights, but the rest of the Big Apple is all bundled up. And we had a little snow this morning, about a half inch at Central Park and 1 to 2 elsewhere as a clipper system came through. The skaters are back out on the ice here at Rockefeller Center. However, it is cold and getting colder as the next round of Arctic air moves in and temperatures stay below average. And here's a look at how much of the nation is still running below average, 15 to 25 degrees below average from the Midwest all the way into the deep south, where we are seeing some icing conditions, some sleet all the way into Louisiana and Mississippi this morning.
And we want to welcome you to Weather Center Live. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. Good morning, everyone. A lot going on with this Arctic cold, with this clipper snow, with this southern snow, and also with the lake effect snow, Chris.
That's right. Greg's nice enough to bring Dr. Postel some syrup, and we're going to explain why Dr. Postel has some syrup hidden right over here in just a moment. But first, there is snow that's coming down right now, and it is thinning a little bit.
Yeah, thinning out in front of our eyes. A little band of snow moving through eastern New England. It's not a trivial. I mean, it's brought down visibilities below a quarter of a mile, certainly making travel much more difficult from Boston, Providence, Norwich, and the like, now getting eastern Massachusetts into the Cape.
But it is coming to an end.
It is from west to east.
Sight.
Yeah, fairly quickly. In fact, you can see the back edge of it moving through Worcester. Now, once that back edge moves through, it's over. There's not another band lurking behind this one. But right now, Plymouth, Scituate, Duxbury, Providence, getting some reports now of moderate snow. That means it could accumulate as much as an inch per hour. If it were to last an hour long, you might get an inch of snow out of this.
All right, you show us how this is going to play out?
Yeah, you know, what I can do is I can show you that it's got not much hope left, because on the satellite pictures, that's telling us a compelling story. The system that's responsible is actually moving very quickly off to the northeast. I mean, it is racing. No wonder why they call it a clipper. It's moving so fast.
Clipping along.
You got it, Chris, you got it. And there's some much drier air that is moving on the backside of that thing that is getting into western New England. That's why we're seeing a robust back edge to that snow. And there it is in Boston. You time it out only until noon, then clears out, and you're going to remain cold, but the snow is over in just a couple hours.
Yeah, it's cold.
It is cold. And here's the dry air, Chris. Can you see it?
The brown.
The brown.
That's the dry.
That's the dry air. This is what's killing the snow. It's coming in like that, and there's the back edge of it. So it is moving out of the way quickly, and that is good news for New England. It's, you know, a wintry scene, and it's cold, and it's blustery, so there will be blowing snow around, but overall, much drier conditions in place across the places that are snowing now just by this evening.
But temperatures are going to be the big story with the collision of two air masses, right?
Yeah, this makes me nervous because we have developing over the weekend, it's actually beginning a little bit now, but really in earnest by about Sunday, we will still have a little piece of that cold air jet stream trying to go that way, bring some cold air south. But we'll have more and more over the next few days of a relatively moist air mass coming in off the Pacific that's not nearly as cold. And these guys are going to duke it out right in here. And when cold and warm air mix with each other, that's usually not a good sign. Like this in the winter brings to some, you know, freezing rain, sleet, which is what we're going to see over the weekend. But as I mentioned, it's actually happening right now across parts of the South, just a little bit.
And parts of the South, including Louisiana, have seen some snowflakes today.
Baton Rouge a couple hours ago reported light snow. How about that? Again, yesterday we saw Jacksonville, Florida with light snow. What is going on in the South? But this is really the early symptoms of this change in pattern where warmer air is trying to get in and kick that cold air out of the way. And this is what you get when you have that battle. As I mentioned, it's really going to kick in earnest by the weekend. Watch out for those areas shaded in purple because that is where we can see some freezing rain and sleet, not just Sunday night, but also on Monday. And we will have an explainer, Chris, with syrup to explain atmospherically why you get sleet and freezing rain when cold air is in place. And I wish we had some waffles.
So, but you're going to explain what syrup has to do with the cold air.
What it has to do with the cold air and how it all, in your kitchen, you can have a nice atmospheric experiment.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Postel. We're looking forward to that. Let's go back to Jen in the studio.
Well, you know, the Lake Effect snow machine is turned on. Actually, we've got miles of Interstate 90, the New York State Thruway, shut down ahead of time before the snow came in. Our Mike Bettis has been live near Blaisdell, New York, which is south of Buffalo. Mike, I saw you out there. It looked like you were about to shovel part of the Thruway.
Yeah, I think they're doing a pretty good job, actually, Jen. I'll leave it to the pros. In fact, we've seen this all morning long. It's been just a steady stream of plows out here. They're putting down a heavy coating of some salt. They've been scraping everything off. We're down to pavement out there, so we're looking pretty good. And you were talking about it. They preemptively shut down the Thruway. I think they've learned some lessons from back in November when they didn't do it in a timely fashion. There were people out there stranded because of the snow that happened. This time, they shut it down at midnight, and we're not taking any chances. And we've heard of no real issues out here on the Thruway whatsoever. Now we're just waiting to see if they'll reopen it. We do have some chances for some more snow to roll in. It was early morning this morning, though, for that morning drive that Buffalo really got hammered, and that really caused a huge bottleneck in the city. So improving conditions for now, but it's very uncomfortable to be outside right now. So if you're out there with a snowblower and the shovel, bundle up as best you can and take some frequent breaks. Snow, before all is said and done, 2 to 3 feet off of Lake Erie, 3 to 5 feet off of Lake Ontario. This could be a wild ride here right through the weekend. Stick around, more Weather Center Live coming your way live from Blaisdell and the rest of the Northeast after this short break.
Hi, this is Jennifer. I will be out of the office until Monday and won't be checking voicemail during this time. I'll reply just as soon as I get back to work.
Sail with the #1 cruise line in Alaska. Save up to $500 during our 50th anniversary sale. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Here, kitty. Here, kitty. Oh, this comes snuggles with Mama.
Missing something? Like the BOGO event at Sears Optical. Right now, buy any pair of glasses and get a second pair free. Sears Optical. Don't miss a thing.
Can I have Miss Girl?
Fiber One now makes cookies. Find them in the cookie aisle.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance in-store and online.
Enjoy more enthusiasm at mealtime with more varieties of favorite food brands at PetSmart. Right now, save big on a wide selection of products from Pedigree, Iams, Caesar, Sheba, and Dentastix. PetSmart.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, partly cloudy. High 75. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
My job is so hard on my hands.
The cracks were the worst part.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
There was a difference within just minutes of it absorbing into my skin.
Only O'Keefe's has given me the relief that I need.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
What makes it an SUV is what you can get into it. What makes it an NX is what you can get out of it. Introducing the first ever Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. Once you go beyond utility, there's no going back.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike!
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hey, Camo! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a Camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
These blanket scarves. Very big and warm.
The gloves, the hat, and the scarf. My mom said bring 2 scarves, so I was like, all right, I'll do it. I probably look like an idiot, but whatever.
Hot chocolate helps you stay warm.
Any excuse for hot chocolate, right? But you need it. You need double hat, double scarf, double gloves, and double hot chocolate.
As much as you can pile on, yes. You do it.
You need something out there. It is cold, and another round of cold is actually working in from the Midwest to the Northeast.
And let's take a look at that right now, and you can see where that front is and the air coming in behind it. Cold wind with a cold clipper. Look at the temperatures right now. You'll see 20s and even 30s in here, and then teens and 20s. And then watch as we go through time.
Oh, it doesn't get any better. In fact, it kind of gets worse.
Kinda. Take a look. Now we're into the single digits in some spots, and keep an eye on Pittsburgh. 1 below by tomorrow morning.
So it's going to be windy. It's going to make these temperatures feel even colder and really just not comfortable and quite dangerous if you're outside for any length of time.
Yeah, in this clipper, it's moving across the Northeast, and as it did, it brought some snow to New York City.
Along with that cold. That's where we find our Reagan Medji, who is live this morning here. Reagan, you got the snow and the cold.
That's right. And of course, a dangerous combination for some people, specifically the homeless. Now, in northern New Jersey, in one county, there's a new initiative called Code Blue that just got put into effect. It's to allow the shelters to make more room for the homeless. That's when the temperatures hit 15 degrees or lower for more than 2 days. And for some families who don't have a home to go to, that Code Blue is a blessing.
Can I have my bottle?
To a 9-year-old girl,
I'm so thirsty.
her new Christmas present is one of the only comforts she has, because right now, this family of 3 is without a place to call home.
Unfortunately, we've been evicted, and you got to, as a mother, you got to prepare.
Being without a home is bad enough, but with a little girl whose face we're not showing to protect her privacy, during this period of bitter Arctic cold, it's even more heartbreaking.
Another thing I worry about, what if she gets sick from this weather? What am I going to do with her? Where's she going to go to, lay down? What if she, you know what I mean? What if she gets sick? Where is she going to go?
This is something more than 70,000 homeless people in New York City and New Jersey don't have, a place they could call home. This family, living in a shelter in New Jersey, shares their story.
It's terrible. It really is terrible. I would have not walked out and said, oh my God, we're in the street. We're going to freeze to death and die. There's no way I would ever let that happen. Me, I could tough it out. I'm an adult. She can't.
School protects the little girl during the day and this shelter at night, but there's a window of time this mother worries about.
So now I have to get 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. That's 2.5 hours I have. What am I going to do with her to keep her warm? I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm not really sure.
The family has options. They can move to Kansas with relatives or stay here in the shelter. But all they care about is keeping warm together.
Mommy! She said to me, Ma, I'm glad. At least we're all together. And I don't have to leave Daddy. So it kind of, that right there is enough. Right?
Oh, Reagan, thank you for sharing that story. It really tells you what people are dealing with this cold weather. We'll be right back.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
Are you tired of slicing and dicing by hand and bulky slicers that clutter your countertop? Stop! Introducing 1 Second Slicer, the amazing food preparation station that slices, dices, chops, minces, and juliennes, and then serves, seals, stacks, and stores, all in one compact container the size of a loaf of bread. Why single slice a potato when you can slice the whole potato in 1 second? Slice family-sized fries lightning fast, or a pile of shoestring potatoes in a flash. Slice carrots with incredible speed in any shape or size you need. Stop crying over onions because the 1 Second Slicer chops whole onions in the container without the tears. Slice tomatoes with the speed of a professional chef, or make a full-size fruit salad in less than 60 seconds. The stainless steel blades are laser honed and razor sharp to slice deli meat with ease, and cutting cheese cubes is a breeze. Don't slow slice a salad when you can make an entire salad start to finish in just seconds. Or pack them up for parties with family and friends. To clean, simply push a button to release food remnants and then rinse. That's it. And then store it all together inside the container. The 1 Second Slicer, complete with a hinge cutting lid and storage container, stainless steel blade insert, and fresh keeping lid, is yours for just $19.95. Call now and get the amazing V-Slicer to speed slice sausage in the container, veggies on the cutting board, cheese on top of a salad, or a mountain of coleslaw in seconds. The V-Slicer set is a $20 value, but it's yours absolutely free. But wait, order now and we'll double the offer and send a second complete set. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 1 Second Slicer sets, an incredible $80 value, all for just $19.95. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-570-8565. That's 1-800-570-8565, or go to onesecondslicer.com. Order now.
Homer, did I ever tell you I'm getting too old for it?
Sunday, frustrations mount as the prospectors come up empty.
The area we've been digging is not producing. I'm feeling the pressure.
And Craig gets a little too close for comfort.
You're here. When it comes to Medicare, everyone talks about what happens when you turn 65. But really, it's what you do before that counts. See, Medicare doesn't cover everything, only about 80% of Part B medical costs. The rest is on you.
Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement insurance plans, it could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So call now and request this free decision guide. Discover how an AARP Medicare Supplement plan could go long for you.
Do you want to choose your doctors? Avoid networks. What about referrals?
All plans like these let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, with no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So call now, request your free guide, and explore the range of AARP Medicare supplement plans.
65 may get all the attention, but now is a good time to start thinking about how you want things to be.
Go long.
1-800-300-8335. 1-800-300-8335.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun, slight chance of a rain shower, high 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 59. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, partly cloudy, high 75. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Lake effect snow is the name of the game in New York State, and even though the sunshine may be out now, don't be fooled, because as much as 3 to 5 feet of snow will be cranking off the lakes this weekend. And if it's not snowing on you, it's definitely going to be blowing snow and a cold wind chill that slice right through you. So big time issues today, not only with the temperatures, but also with the snow that will return to places like Blaisdell, just south of Buffalo where we are. Big problems on the New York Thruway. It is shut down between Rochester and the Pennsylvania state line, and we know they're pretty hardy folks here, Jen and Chris in Buffalo. The schools couldn't handle it this morning, and so the Buffalo school kids got the day off. 3-day weekend.
That's big, actually. I didn't expect that because they are very hardy there.
Yeah.
So Mike Bettis got 2 shots, actually, one from the Clipper that came through, and then the lake effect snow.
Yeah,
we
2
got
shots.
a lot going on.
A lot going on. And what about the guy who says, cold enough for you?
Yeah, exactly.
No thanks. How irritating is that guy now?
Exactly. All right, so Indianapolis, don't worry if it's not cold enough for you. It will get colder today.
As the day goes on, oftentimes the way the atmosphere works, sun heats things up, gets warmer throughout the day, but when a cold air mass comes in, it can get colder later in the day.
We had our high around midnight, Indianapolis. It was about 20 or 21, and
going down.
Just every hour we're losing degrees.
And this is dangerous cold. All the blue on the map right here shows you where they have the wind chills, that's the number, but the frostbite times 30 minutes, exposed skin will get you frostbite here.
All right, so what's bringing in this cold air is actually a Clipper system that we've been tracking. And so the Clipper moved through, it brought snow, gusty winds, blinding conditions out there on the roads yesterday, and now the cold air is what's left behind.
And what we know about Clippers, they're cold, they go by pretty fast, they can dump some snow, and we're seeing all of that today.
We certainly are. Mike Bettis actually has given us a unique perspective of it for sure. You know, we've got that snow in Boston right now from the Clipper. New York City, we got it a little earlier this morning. But Mike Bettis can show us how these quick-hitting Clipper storms can form.
brutal cold and snow, winter's calling card here in the northern states. This weather often comes courtesy of Canada and the cleverly named Alberta Clipper, Saskatchewan Screamer, and Manitoba Mauler. And you know, with names like that, they aren't bringing any wimpy weather. So let's show you where these intimidating storms get their start. Over here in the Pacific Ocean, moist air drives inland and heads for the Canadian Rockies. Here, it collides with cold mountain air. That cold air then spills downslope into the plains and low pressure begins to form. And this is the part where people in the U.S. really need to start paying attention. The low catches a ride on the jet stream and shoots into the U.S. When a storm originates in Alberta, it's known as an Alberta Clipper, named after the fast sailing ships of the 19th century. When it forms in Saskatchewan, it's known as a Saskatchewan Screamer. But if it waits to get its act together until Manitoba, it's a Manitoba Mauler. Because these systems ride the jet stream, they're usually quick hitters, bringing frigid temperatures and howling winds, but often just 1 to 3 inches of snow for cities from Fargo, North Dakota to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, despite the lack of heavy snow, the wicked winds that accompany these Canadian-born storms can create dangerous ground blizzards, bringing everything to a halt. And these storms can often move farther east into the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic. So no matter which frightening name it gets, the Clipper, the Screamer, and the Mauler can bring some serious weather to the U.S.
You know, today's Mike Bennis' birthday, but he just gave us the best present of all, which was that explanation of what a Clipper is. That was fantastic.
Pretty neat, and all the different names for the different Clippers. Yeah. Cool deal. And Dr. Greg Postel has a little treat for us a little bit later.
Yes, he does.
Sweet treat. This is syrup. We're going to let you know what this has to do with cold weather and a big danger we're looking at into the weekend.
Freezing rain, sleet, it all forms because of how cold air interacts with warm air. We're going to show you how this experiment works coming up.
Attention injured Stryker hip implant patients implanted since 2008. Stryker has just announced a $1.4 billion settlement for patients injured by its defective hip implants. If you've suffered any symptoms, had replacement surgery, or received a recall notice, you may be eligible for compensation, but you must act quickly. Wait too long and you could lose your right to compensation forever. Cases are settling now. There is no obligation and no fee unless we win. Call 1-888-958-0000 now for more information.
Alka-Seltzer Plus presents The Cold Truth.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. Better take something. I'll catch up later.
Truth is, Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go! And now, Alka-Seltzer Plus has a complete line of powders to treat your worst cold symptoms.
Think fixing your windshield is a big hassle? Not with SafeLight. This family needed their windshield replaced, but their daughter's heart was set on going to the zoo. So guess what? I met them at the zoo. Service that fits your schedule. That's another SafeLight advantage.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
Is your back acting up again? Is lower back pain a daily drain? If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new acupressure system that instantly helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Just slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll instantly begin experiencing relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities, but apply Be Active to the trigger point on the calf muscle to instantly relieve pain. The secret is the AcuPoint pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain at the sciatic nerve and lower back for instant relief.
I just slide it on, I tighten the strap, I feel the pressure point right behind my knee, and right away I feel the release of pain in my lower back.
Be Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on the specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
Wow, that's I can feel comfort already.
It's like right away relief.
I just put it on, but I can feel it already easing the pain.
But now I don't feel the pain at all. This is really something.
You can't see the relief? I can feel it.
It kind of feels like it's relaxing that muscle.
I definitely wish I found this a couple months ago.
Be Active gives you the ability to instantly be active again. Wear it while exercising. Keep up with the kids. It's invisible under clothing, comfortable enough to sleep in. Be Active easily adjusts to fit any leg so everyone can live pain-free. Be Active is always there to deliver the pain relief you need. Now start living pain-free with the acupressure point therapy of Be Active for just $19.99. But wait. Call now and we'll double the offer free. Just pay separate processing. If you don't begin to get instant relief, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for just $19.99. So call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-370-7747. That's 1-800-370-7747 or go online to beactivebrace.com. Call or click today.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 76. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 59. Wind